that Xerxes isn't doing anything in the early game. I think where we see a lot of stagnation is in the mid game, and this is where I think that given the current meta and the mid lane pool, we're getting to see an opportunity for Nuke to thrive.
As we're heading into the draft phase, I just want to push back a little bit. I watch a lot of the LPL, and I do think you're right. That is the meta that the LEC is shown, but that isn't necessarily the global meta. The LPL is playing a pretty fast style, playing a lot more mid-game 1-2 item power spikes, and not just relying on the scaling.
I mean, it's important to remember though that I think that when we talk about the context of scaling, when both teams are running primarily team fight compositions, we're actually seeing faster games this split than last split when we saw a lot more aggressive comps. And I think it's just because games get decided like a lot more decisively. Actually, Origen's going for more of a wombo combo style. This is like the most traditional team fight you could literally ever ask for, and I think it's very cool. Seeing Alfari on tanks again is not what I expected, but I'm looking forward to it. I think Origen are just straight up going for the 5v5, and they're saying, Fnatic, we think we can match you.
Fantastic comps on both sides. Now, yesterday we saw that we thought that it wasn't going to go well in lane for the Soraka. It did.
Origins.
Let's see them. It's time for our match of the week, so let's head over to the casters for Fnatic versus OG.
And on to Summoner's Rift we go for the final game of the week. For the match of the week, it's Fnatic versus Origen. A match that has delivered so many times in the past, and today delivers us not only Soraka in the bottom lane, not only Nemesis's first ever Echo game in European history, but also a Malphite in the top lane. What more could you want?
It is looking a little bit bonkers after the draft, and I'm really excited to see how these comps end up playing against each other. I think the analyst desk set us up super well. Hello, everyone. Because, look, I'm going to be looking a lot at this bottom lane from time to time, and already it looks like Selfmade's looking towards mid.
It's coming towards mid for the gank. You guys can vote, by the way, in Twitch chat. Zero or Hero, depending on whose side of the discussion you come out on. Selfmade's going to face check straight on into Xerxes here. The face breaker should be available. The Haymaker uses actually... Xerxes, I think, may have not taken E to start off there. Yeah.
Xerxes moving down towards bot side. Look at the wave, look at the hook.
Hook's gonna land, there's the ignite as well, and Hillesang might have just been called out, but the silence! Xerxes couldn't face break it because of the silence ender! It's so devastating!
That is a tilter. Xerxes walks into the bottom lane, maybe could have thought about being a little snappier. I mean, he's having a phenomenal year, and Fnatic have recognized that and built 2 comps in a row around him. This one even more so, because it's not like you have that other, you know, DPS threat comes through. So this was a pretty clever use. Oh, he's teleporting back in. Now, here's the thing. Selfmade is nearby, and the hook goes wide.
Right, I think Destiny was just using the hook to try and get upset in the fray, but Whippo with the Cyclone already going to help Selfmade get the first kill, and now the Ignite is sticking out of Whippo, but Upset's only level 5, and this is a great fight for Fnatic. They find 2.
Wow!
Selfmade's looking for more. Destiny has the flash to try and get away, but with the play, he will delay Fnatic from pressing any further forward.
And
Selfmade's dead.
Oh, he missed everything.
Dead.
He should. Oh, behind the tower!
Oh, that's beautiful from Destiny. So,
unbelievable. So many things happened right there. Graves can't auto attack through towers. His bullets will get stopped by that. Harold, you're just going to be wanting to trade CS on Selfmade, who is 1 full level up.
Does mean that Origen will get the first Dragon of the game and the Rift Herald relatively early on here, so they are stacking up those objectives. But of course, what Fnatic will be thinking is, well, if we're 2,000 gold ahead by the time not to take our advantage later on. Now, Whippo has the Cyclone, pops in with the Nimbus Strike, and Alfari is going to try and use his ultimate to get away, but as you say, Ender, that's a kill.
So
it is a kill.
He almost got behind the tower, though, and we've seen that be really bad news for Selfmade. A nice move right there. Again, you know, Alfari maybe...
Momentum going in the team fights. Origen, though, will be looking to dive on someone, to get that Shockwave Unstoppable Force combination, to use the Showstopper to try and catch Fnatic out before they can get that ball rolling.
And this is a nice move from them, too. Right before that Mountain Drake spawns, drop the Herald in mid to cup that first Cloud Drake of the game. I think they're just feeling way more comfortable, right? You know, you don't risk Fnatic getting 2 and then looking to snowball in the next 10 minutes. So OG going to play this slowly and intelligently, I feel.
Right now, just don't want to take a fight when you're at a numbers disadvantage, but Upset, yeah, this is not the best place to be. Hillesang can tank that for a long time. We did once the cleanse comes away, the Solar Flares dodge as well, and Hillesang is still tanking up the tower. Oh, no. There comes the wish, but all that Hillesang can wish for is a speedy demise. Caught underneath the tower, Upset with a...
Actually abandoned side lanes and then force fights.
Hillesang's looking to force a fight here. The Cyclone comes up with the Unstoppable Force. Speedy enough from Alfari, and now Nemesis is in a 1v3 in the bottom lane, but he's going to clear out those minions pretty sharpish, and Destiny won't land the hook. Nemesis still had the Chrono Break as well to try and get out. Hylissang looking for the Demolish block here on the tower, just trying to chunk it away as quickly as possible.
12,000, I believe, or 1,200 rather, as Selfmade does find Xerxes here.
And Xerxes in the silence now has the Haymaker, has a Showstopper as well as he tries to bring Hylissang back and will flash across the wall. But that is the power of the Equinox, the power of...
Players can dodge a Malphite ult coming in. Even if Malphite plus Orion is an insane combination, if Rekkles has Flash, he can get out of that. And if those two ultimates are dodged, OG's teamfight is not looking good at all. So they need to make sure those spells can be off, or they're coming out of the Fog of War and catching Fnatic quite off guard. Otherwise, they could find themselves really overcommitting, because once Malphite is in...
That has been...
Oh, hello.
Caught out a little bit here with the Solar Flare. Selfmade's on his way in as well, but they know the rest of Origen around here. And there is the Showstopper. Hylissang's going to pop his stopwatch to try and survive, but he's already down. Alphari has the ultimate here if they want to try and re-engage, but that was a little bit over-eager there from Hylissang. There is the Unstoppable Onslaught. Unstoppable Force is the name of it, and Nemesis will go down for it as well.
Yeah, big misstep there. Hylissang going way deep, and they get the TP out of Alphari, so kill for TP isn't the worst trade in the world, but Alphari still has ultimate.
We'll be reducing the amount of armor the Origen players have, so then the lethality after that could do something, but I agree with you, Ender. I'm giving him an option.
That's a huge ult.
Comes in, but Destiny, great play from him, will keep him alive. And now Bwipo is in the middle of this fight, but he's already down as Upset takes the kill. Fnatic in a 4v5 are going to try and re-engage, try and find some damage on this dragon. They have control of this bush. And the ocean mapping can be so important. Destiny once again with a good play into the stopwatch, but Hylissang is still alive. Nemesis is jumping in for power line conversions. Doesn't find a stun, and he's going to jump back with a Chrono Break, and Hylissang is really low as well. Selfmade still very healthy. Rekkles still very healthy. They can look for a 2v5 in this fight if they need it, but Upset is jumping around as Selfmade is getting forced out. The Grievous Wounds goes out. But there goes Hylissang going back in, looking for the fight. Power line conversions getting on Nemesis. Nemesis finds one, but he's going to get taken out as well, and now it's only Rekkles and Selfmade left alive. And Selfmade jumps in. He steals it. He gets it. Third dragon of the game for Fnatic, but they got demolished in the fight. Yeah, didn't even use the Origen. Now going to start off the Baron. They're trying to call Fnatic on the fight. Now, no flash on Hylissang, no flash on Selfmade.
That's a TP flank.
His TP flank coming in.
Too
There's
late.
only 1,000 HP left on the Baron. It's going to get spited down. Upset is the one to secure it. Hylissang going in with the Zenith Blade. Bwipo trying to get the flank off towards the top side, but nuked up with the shield. Just going to keep himself very healthy. Unstoppable Force comes out from Alphari as they look for the kill on Bwipo, and already is down. The hook's going to land as well as Hylissang gets scored out. But a 3-man stop with the power of the conversion. The shockwave! And now it's not on Upset to try and turn it around. Double kill for him as he jumps forward. Rekkles going to fall next as Upset. That's the triple. He's looking for more. He's looking for 4, but he can't quite get there in time.
How hyped does he want to get? He has the flash if he wants to continue. The teleport comes in on the top lane from Alphari. They're just going to be pushing for structures. May very well be able to take an inhibitor tower off this fight.
What a share of the glory in this game. They're pushing in for this bot lane tier 2. Alphari is holding mid right now, but Origen, this is a very strong performance from so far. A few mistakes from Fnatic, but Origen are looking great.
Look at that, Alphari just jumping straight on towards Rekkles. He's going to try and kite this one out, and has Bwipo to help him.
Alphari will have the blast cone. Bwipo will follow him across it.
But
yeah, this is the thing, you're distracting two players.
And Fnatic have zero wave clear. They cannot deal with Baron minions inside of the base. They also can't step forward because then they just get engaged upon. They're lucky that Malphite isn't around here, but it is not looking good at all for Fnatic.
27 minutes in, a 3,000 gold lead for Origen, and now this could be the moment for Selfmade to really stand up. There's an Ocean Dragon, 16 seconds away, but Hylissang almost dead before he gets in there. The Witch was not used, it was just the heal. Hylissang now going to get healed up once again, and Origen have been able to find the chunk out that they wanted before this fight really erupts.
Selfmade has to be the hero, but he doesn't have Smite to go for the steal here against Fnatic. It would have to be some miracle combination of abilities to burst this one down, and quite frankly, Fnatic are not in the spot to do it.
Rekkles has stolen a Baron with an Ezreal Q already this season. We'll
Look at this
see
loop
if he
around.
can do it again. The loop around coming out, as you say. Alphari doesn't have the
They
ultimate.
can cut off Fnatic. Fnatic are out of position. There's a minion wave cutting them off. Alphari is walking straight up into the tri-brush, and OG are looking to pick out Nemesis.
So Nemesis could jump back. Look where Origen position, because that Chrono Break could be big. Hylissang going to step forward. There's the Chrono Break, but Nemesis unable to find any. The Solar Flare coming out as well. It's going to land onto Destiny. Bwipo has the flank position here, but the Shockwave is already going to hit onto Nemesis. He's still alive, though, and Upset's getting chunked out towards the backside. The cloud.
He's burning! He's burning!
He cleanses away the bow. It's still shut down. Selfmade finds Upset, and that's all the damage of Origen wiped off the face of the rift. Fnatic are going to get the soul, and maybe they found their way back into this game.
Unbelievable right there. Selfmade, they need it to be spread out, but they cannot get caught out.
Bwipo has the decoy available. Not going to use it quite yet, though Redemption's coming down as well. Now he uses it. Facebreaker comes out, though, and there's a showstopper. Whipple's going to Cyclone on the backline. Whipple getting healed up through it all, but Upset's going to take the first kill, and now here comes the Shockwave onto Nemesis. He's done as well before he can even Chrono break out, and now it's all on Selfmade. You've got to make this fight work for Fnatic if you're going to manage it, because Rekkles is still alive on the backline. Hittersan goes forward, but he's going to die as well. Upset takes a second of the fight, and now it's Rekkles and Selfmade. It's all on them, but Origen find the fight that they were looking for in the bottom lane, and they're pushing in for the win.
OG may have very well just won the base. Alfari is going to be able to TP into this one. Selfmade trying to clear, but he can't auto-attack. His minions are in front of him.
What can you do in a 2v5? Selfmade unable to get the damage down. He's pulled back with a face breaker, but Upset's just focusing the Nexus. And Fnatic found a lifeline, but Origen find the Nexus. They find the win, and they will go 3-2 in the second week of the LEC summer season.